It's very normal for one to go to sleep and then wake up. However, imagine waking up and your body is in a paralyzed state, all the while having some sort of realization as to what's going on. If experienced, this is what is known as sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is when your body and your mind are not on the same page. Although very frightening, or it can sound very frightening, sleep paralysis, there's actually a very interesting and simple explanation as to why this happens. Today I want to inform you on what sleep paralysis feels like, when and why it happens, and the time length that your body stays in this state. I was roughly 13 when it first happened to me, and 23 the last time I experienced sleep paralysis. And every time it terrified me. And I'm the kind of person that when something happens, I have to do my research. With that being said, I've read books, I've read articles, I've watched videos, and all of my findings have said the same thing. I've researched things as far as a spiritual aspect as well as a scientific aspect, and my findings were very interesting. Paralysis is the loss of body movement, and although your brain is sleeping, it's not sending those signals to tell your body when and how to move. Now combine sleep with paralysis and you'll get loss of movement while sleeping. Although there's truth to that statement, it goes a little bit more in depth. I want to start off by telling you what exactly sleep paralysis is. It's when it's a sense of consciousness, but your body is still in a state of sleeping. Your eyes can sometimes be awake, and many people have had different experiences with sleep paralysis. Some people eyes wake up open completely, and some people eyes just wake open just a little bit and kind of move back and forth. The body is still in a sleeping mode. Meaning that your body's not moving. You're at a stand. It's kind of like being at a standstill, but you're laying down on your back. I want to show you a video of a guy that experienced sleep paralysis. His name is Hugo Starr. His video was published in 2019. Now, in that short video, you were able to see that his body was sleeping. He was asleep. It was a small snippet. However, you were able to see that his eyes moved just a little bit back and forth. They weren't too much. Like I said, some people experience different things with sleep paralysis. Sometimes the eyes can open completely and wide, and your body is in a state of shock, fear. There's a lot of emotions that runs through your body or your mind when you are experiencing sleep paralysis. Once again, sleep paralysis is when you lose the mobility in your body. You're unable to talk, and sometimes your eyes are wide open, or they just do like a little bit of scatter back and forth. According to WebMD, an article published in 2019, sleep paralysis is a feeling of being conscious but unable to move. It occurs when a person passes between stages of sleep, wakefulness, and sleep. Now let's think of a job of the brain. As I've said before, your brain is responsible for sending signals through your body. That's if I wanted to raise my hand. I have to think it first. So my brain is going to tell me to raise my hand. In my head, I'm saying, okay, I want to answer this question. I'm going to raise my hand. My brain is going to send a signal down to my arm and my flexors are going to raise my hand. So we discussed what goes on while experiencing sleep paralysis. Now we will discuss what causes sleep paralysis. REM sleep, also known as rapid eye movement, is one of 5 stages that your body experiences while sleeping. During this stage, the body is dreaming, and often the body awakens before the brain brain can complete the REM stages. And it causes disturbance, and that's what triggers sleep paralysis. REM sleep is where you experience, is where your deepest sleep occurs. It's where, you know, you're in the deep dream. You have those stages of sleeping where it's like, okay, I can hear this noise, I'm up a little bit, and then there's that stage of sleeping where you're just out. You can't hear anything. And according to WebMD, because your brain is more active, dreams are more intense during REM sleep. Now let's consider how intense dreams are during this stage, and think about the disturbance and the amount of stress it causes the body. Now let's also think of it in a different aspect, and let's say eating, for instance. In order for you to digest the food, your body has to process in order for you to digest food, your body has to process what you've already eaten. However, if you continuously eat without allowing your body to digest and process what you've already put down, you'll cause a disturbance in your stomach. So now that you have a better understanding of what sleep paralysis is and what causes it to occur, I will now touch on the time frame of sleep paralysis. Now, despite the scary part, sleep paralysis doesn't last for long. According to Nicolette Laurice, the author of Sleep Paralysis, Causes, Symptoms, and Treatments, during an episode of sleep paralysis, the person becomes paralyzed for seconds to minutes, just as they're falling asleep or waking up. Now, granted, it only lasts for a few seconds or a few minutes. However, it is still something that's very scary. It's terrifying, even if it is just for a few seconds or for a few minutes. It's so intense that you just don't want it to happen. Now, to conclude all that, although sleep paralysis is something that only happens for a short period of time, you keep in mind that you lose the mobility of you lose the mobility in your body. So it still causes it to be a very frightening experience. Sleep paralysis occurs when your body awakens before your brain is done dreaming.